It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, this is the official post-fight review for Leigh Wood versus Josh Warrington, and the result of the fight is a scintillating, stunning, but equally impressive 7th round stoppage for Leigh Wood. Now, this was a really interesting fight because I feel like when you watch this fight, you know, both men have a lot of miles on the proverbial odometer. They both have a lot of wear and tear on the ring from, you know, having some tough fights in their careers. But this fight was going to be very important for the careers of both men, you know, with it being a Leeds versus Nottingham type of a fight. And both guys kind of know that this is either the end or towards the end of their careers. This could be the last big, you know, defining fight for both men. And they both fought, I think, they fought like it. Particularly Josh Warrington. You know, I think in this fight, particularly through the first 6.5 rounds, we saw the Warrington of old. The guy from the Carl Frampton fight, the guy from, 4 or 5 years ago that would just make you uncomfortable, get in your chest, throw a high volume of punches, and quite frankly, even be a little bit dirty if he had to. That guy showed up in this fight, and I thought that, he was able to really impose himself on Leigh Wood throughout the fight, and he was winning the fight quite comfortably, But then, it was like towards the latter stages of the fight, he got a point deduction for a punch to the back of the head, and, he had a lapse there around 7. And the lapse came from him just, having his hand in the right position. And Leigh Wood caught him with a short right hook. And he was dazed and confused. And then Leigh Wood kind of just poured it on and dropped him. And Warrington was very, he got up, but like he wasn't all the way there. As far as dealing with the referee, he turned his back to the referee. And whenever you turn your back to the referee, that's always going to put you in a no-win situation where he could potentially wave off the fight. And that's what happened at the end of round 7. So that's what it is. And listen, it's happened again. This is very reminiscent of when Leigh Wood was fighting Michael Collin, and he was losing that fight, and he found a way to knock his ass off the ring. Leigh Wood has fight-changing punching power. He has an eraser. You could be beating his ass the whole fight, and he found a way to beat you. And I think what makes this win so impressive is that in this fight, from a tactical standpoint, he came in a bit different. He wasn't, he spent pretty much this entire fight out of the southpaw stance, damn near exclusively out of the southpaw stance. And he knocked Josh Warrington out in the southpaw stance. So a bit of a new wrinkle for Leigh Wood. He's not normally knocking guys out of the southpaw stance, but it goes to show you the improvements he's made in the gym over the years under the watchful eye of Ben Davison, and another signature moment in his career. And I'll tell you this, man. Leigh Wood has been holding it down for British boxing. He's been holding it down for British boxing. I feel like he's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters coming out the UK right now. Even if maybe his skills aren't pound-for-pound caliber, he knows how to get the job done. You could listen. There's guys that are more skilled than Leigh Wood, but some guys just know how to get the job done, and he's one of them, right? So that's going to conclude his run at featherweight. What's been a great run at featherweight, where he's beaten the likes of Jucan, Mauricio Bronco Lara, now Josh Warrington, Michael Collin as well, giving you a lot of great moments. So it was a magical featherweight run. I don't think I personally don't think he should stay at featherweight, even though I'd like him to, because I would like to see him fight his mandatory challenger, Odabek Bruce Lee Komatov. But if he can't make the weight, all this stuff he did tonight against Josh Warrington would get him severely hurt against Odabek Komatov. So it would more likely be in his best interest to move out the weight class for his health's sake, and for the fact that there's bigger money fights there. You got, they've been talking about Josh Warrington at 130. That could be his bid to become a 2-division champion. Why not, Josh Warrington versus Leigh Wood rematch at City Ground, home of the former European champion Nottingham Forest Football Club. Why not? That could be that would be a big event. Leigh Wood's been asking for a fight at City Ground for a long time, and I think after all the great moments and top competition he's been fighting at featherweight, Eddie Hearn owes him that much, and Eddie Hearn says he will grant his wish. So I don't think we're gonna get the Odabek Komatov fight. he probably vacates the belt, and Otabek Komatov probably has to fight Raymond Ford for the title sometime in maybe later this year or early 2024. But so that'll be interesting when that happens. But nonetheless, a really great fight from Leigh Wood towards the end. Not the beginning or the middle or most of the end, but the very end was the best part of the fight for him. And it sucks for Warrington, right? Because he's 35. He's been in so many wars. I mean, this guy has been getting into wars for like half a decade. He don't know how any other way but fighting but to have a war. So I don't know. That might be the last year of Josh Warrington. If it is, then I want to salute to him, because this is a guy that I genuinely feel has been a overachiever of the highest order in boxing. Like, he's been a really big overachiever in this sport. And he's got nothing to hang his hat about. I thought he fought well. He fought the way he used to fight in this fight, which is, yes, it is dirty. You know, he is summoning some of the ghosts of Andrew Golota and Andre Ward when he fights. But it's how he fights. He's not the most skilled guy in the world, and he was able to make Leigh Wood very uncomfortable. And I really thought, as I was watching the fight, that maybe he was going to break him down in about a round or two more and get a stoppage, because that's the way it was looking. He was placing them shots real nice to the body, coming up to the head. But again, that's why this sport is so fun to watch, and why it's the best sport in the world, because you could be down by 7 touchdowns or 4 goals, and you could still find a way in one shot to make that deficit back. And that's what happened in this fight from Leigh Wood. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What did you guys think about the fight? What do you think is next for Leigh Wood and Josh Warrington? And what do you think happens with the WBA belt? I personally think that Raymond Ford fights Otabek Komatov next, and that'll be a fun fight. Once it gets formally announced, I'll have a video on that. But yeah, leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True Street Sports Empire. We're here at the Hatanaka Boxing Gym in Nagoya, Japan. And for more great videos just like this one, make sure you guys click right here.